Hey everybody, welcome to CMJ Live. We've been having a great time before the show actually started, telling jokes, having fun. So, welcome, right? Welcome. It's going to be a fun show because we have another person, top 40 under 40. All right. So please, let's get comfortable. Let's enjoy ourselves and introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
All right, so my name is Radika, Datta, and I have a learning center in Brampton. I currently operate 3 learning centers.
Right.
So they are, it's called Vidya Learning, and we are in East Brampton, West Brampton, North Brampton.
Okay.
And we just provide after-school educational services to kids, ranging from pre-K to all the way to grade 12. Even university students. So it's just something extra that the students, can get out of, any kind of like help they need, academically, apart from what they're getting at school already.
Okay, so let's back up though.
Yes.
Let's learn about you first.
Okay.
Okay. So one, are you a Bramptonian?
What is the definition of a Bramptonian?
Where did you go to school?
I actually grew up in the States.
Okay.
Yes.
So what made you, or is it family or everything, come from the States? We're in the States.
So I'm from Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I grew up there, went to high school there, middle school, university. I went to University of Texas in Austin.
Okay.
And I did everything there, and I moved to Canada with my family. So
crazy football games.
Oh yes, and I miss it.
It's not the same, right?
It's not the same. I mean, the football culture is completely different there. I mean, it's the sports culture here is very different from the college football culture there. So
okay. So you moved here. What age did you come to Canada?
I moved here when I was 21.
Okay.
As soon as I graduated from university, and I moved with my family, and we just have been here since then.
Okay. So then, what made you go into your own business, or did you work somewhere before?
I actually didn't. This is actually my first job. Okay. I'm an employee of my own company.
Okay.
And this is my first venture, like work-wise as well. So how it actually started was when I graduated early from university.
Okay.
So I finished everything in about 3.5 years. And when I moved here, I had about 6 months. I actually wanted to go to med school, so that was my goal.
Right.
But I moved here. I had 6 months to kind of take my MCAT exams, the entrance exams, and everything. And I can't just study. I always have to do something apart from just studying.
Okay.
It'll drive me crazy.
Right.
So I started just tutoring, friends and family, relatives, kids in the library and things like that. And within a span of about 2 months, I had about 30 children that were coming to me for help. Okay. And it was just word of mouth referrals. And then I spoke to my parents, and they have been the biggest support. Oh, okay. I mean, coming from a South Asian background, education is number one.
Yeah.
And, either you're a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer, and that's how it is. And med school had always been my goal. But when this happened, I spoke to them about it, and I told them that, okay, is this something that I can try out and see, because I feel there is a big need in the Brampton community. As you know, that Brampton is an immigrant society, and there are many families that come here, and the kids need the help. I mean, they don't really know the system.
There's a lot of less time for more time. Parents are working.
Oh, of course.
Everything is busy. You're taking your kids to soccer or ballet, and then when do they have that time before they gotta go to bed and do it all over again?
Exactly.
Right. So studying and going to school is great.
Right.
But you talked about your parents.
Yes.
Are you the only child?
I am not the only child.
Okay.
I have an older sister.
Okay.
She lives in Calgary.
Okay.
She's a chartered accountant.
Nice.
And she's been there. She moved with us too.
Okay.
But then she decided to kind of try out a different city. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just 2 girls.
2 girls.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you said, "This is what I want to try." How'd you get started?
So, like I said, I started privately. So
you got 30 kids.
So I got 30 kids,
But what I mean is, like, out of the 30 kids, you just decided to say, I gotta turn this into a full-time business.
I need to do this on a bigger scale.
Okay.
And I did a little bit of research, some market survey and things like that, and I knew that there was a need for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can't get into a business without a certain amount of risk.
Right.
There is always a risk component. And I also knew that if needed, I mean, I already have my university background, so I can always go to med school.
Something to fall back on. Okay.
I didn't have a background in business.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I graduated with. I was a child psychology major, so I knew how to, handle children and all of that, but I didn't have the business aspect. So a lot of it is just, it has come while I'm doing the whole tutoring and while I'm running this institution. A lot of it I've learned on the job.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So on board training, as they
say. Yes. And that's the best way to learn. It's more hands-on. If you cannot, even if you've learned something in school, if you cannot translate it into your everyday life, then, there's no use of that, right? So it's more hands-on. I learned more from what I'm doing right now than I would have if I'd learned it in school.
So then here's the question. You just said that you don't have any business training.
No.
So how did you start? How did you research? We had other top 40s and 40s in here, and I always ask them, so how did you get started? So the question is, you got the kids.
Yes.
You're thinking, okay, I can turn this into a business. You're a great tutor. Everybody's sending you kids. Like, it's word of mouth.
Right.
It has to be word of mouth.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's sending, like, your kid needs help, send them to you.
Yes.
So, but then how'd you say, okay, it's now business time? Where did you go? What did you research? Did you go to a class? Did you Google it?
Google is my best friend.
Okay.
I tell my students that all the time. It's the master of anything.
Right.
So, I Googled a lot of things on how to kind of start it.
Okay.
But my biggest help were my parents, and they're in a business. So they're not in the education business,
but they're in a business.
They're in a business.
Okay.
My mom's a real estate agent, so she's hustling.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so my dad has his own business as well. So it's always been in my family to have a business, or the genes are there. But I never really had formal training, so they really helped me kind of sit me down and like explain the main idea of how to run it.
Yeah.
But the education business is very different from, if you're selling a product.
Right.
It's very different from different other, venues that you have. So you have to have a background in education to kind of start something like this. You have to know what the parents are looking for, what subjects you're going to offer. So I had to make a business plan.
Okay.
And then go from there.
Right.
So yeah.
So then here's the parent question, right? So your mom does real estate.
Yes.
And what does your dad do?
He's in an export import business.
So mom didn't say, well, sweetie, since you want to do something different, how about you come over and help me sell houses? Did that conversation, like parents always want you to come over and help them out and say, okay, here, I'll teach you, follow what I do, kind of thing?
That would mean me going to school again, and that was not happening. So, so that was not happening.
Okay.
And I was really passionate about this. So, it didn't feel like I was working, and that was the biggest thing for me. When you are doing something and it doesn't feel like work.
Yep. Okay.
And I would be sometimes, spending 8-9 hours just tutoring, and I was fine with it.
You weren't feeling like, okay, this got to be over. It's like a job. This is something you wanted to do.
I'm not counting down, looking at the clock, when is this going to be over? No, it was never like that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a calling. Everything happens for a reason.
Right.
You are going towards higher education, like you want to do medical school, and this is completely different. There has to be something that pushes you to take that risk, and it's the passion that comes in at that point. What is something that you can see yourself doing every day? You wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, I'm excited about this.
Something's new.
Yes,
it's
or
exciting.
Exactly. Or a lot of people I know, especially my age now, it's they get up in the morning and they're just like, okay, do I have to go to work?
To go, yeah. But you're excited to go.
Yes, and I'm really proud to say this, but I've never taken a sick day off ever.
Okay.
And that just shows like I'm really passionate about this. I have to follow my dreams. I have to follow what I want to do.
Right.
And this is it for me. So yeah.
Okay, so now talk to mom and dad. Did the tutoring. Clients are coming in left, right, and center. how'd you get the first one out? How'd you get the first business out there?
So how it was is there was a location in Brampton that I had been keeping my eye on.
Okay.
I mean, I knew to do it on a bigger scale, I cannot operate it from the library or something like that. I'm not going to be able to do it.
Right.
So I had my eye out on this. It was a unit in a plaza.
Okay.
It was next to my doctor's office, actually, and I had been eyeing that place down. And it was actually a tanning salon.
Oh,
and
okay.
And it had been for rent for the longest time. And I mean, to start something, I mean, I wanted something low investment because obviously I don't have the capital to begin with, and I didn't want any help from my parents.
Oh, okay.
All the support that they had given me as far as advice is concerned, they're there for that. But I didn't want any like monetary support.
Okay.
So I literally saved up. I worked through university, so that was there.
Okay.
I had some students that I was tutoring, that was there.
Right.
And so I had to lease out a place initially, and I contacted the owners and things like that, and it happened that way, and they were really generous, and I got a good deal out of it.
Okay.
So I mean, they believed in the kind of service I was providing.
Okay.
And they offered me a really good deal, to start up a place. And I'm really thankful for that because I know in a society like it's so competitive, and it's very hard to get your foot into anything,
right.
Especially entrepreneurship. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I would be able to have, I mean, I have 3 locations now. I wouldn't have been able to reach this level in such a short amount of time.
Okay, so let's talk about that before we go to commercial. What was the first location?
It was in McLaughlin and Sandalwood area.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's right around right here.
Yeah.
And it's a great location. I did some market survey, and it was a great unit. Like I said, it was a tanning salon, so the rooms were already there. So there was a lot, everything just fell into place.
Some easy transition, not throwing in too much money into transferring over. It's just paint on the wall, do what you gotta do.
Yes, and you know what? They took care of all of that. So I was, like I said, I was really thankful, and I'm really grateful for that because, given it was something I had to take upon, it would have been really hard for me to do it, right?
Okay.
So to get my foot in, the deal was really great. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna jump into this.
Yeah.
And I knew that as far as the rent was covered, I had the 30 students that would be carrying me.
So it's a flow.
It was a flow. It was a calculated risk, I would say.
Right.
But I mean, that's how it played out. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna go to a commercial, but when we get back, we're gonna dive into the students and what you found about learning and everything, how parents can help their child as well. But then we're also gonna talk about something very special that happened to you right when we come from break, okay? You're watching CMJ Live. We'll be right back.
It's easy to get lost amongst all the stories we have to tell. With this platform, a new voice is being heard, one that offers real insight to transform, educate, and inspire greatness, always building, nurturing, and evolving with the times. Our goal is to make a statement, to transform the world, and engage all of its citizens. Accepting multiculturalism is taking the first step, and listening to each other, uniting towards positive change. It's not about any one race, religion, or culture, but about uplifting and empowering one another. Standing above segregation is our game. Our vision is to expand, to create and implement change, zeroing in on what matters the most. Banding together to preserve and celebrate our heritage, cultures, and community spirit. Become inspired by real people, your friends and family, and see that impact within our society. Be proud of the work we have done together. Community focused, we are the Toronto Caribbean newspaper.
Okay, and we're back. And if you missed the first few minutes, we are talking to top 40 under 40, all right? And we're talking about your fantastic business that you started off with, right? And it's actually for kids. And for me, that's big. Anything to do with kids, if people watch many of my other shows and everything, kids is phenomenal for me, right? So then let's talk about what we can do for kids itself. I got everybody tweeting in now trying to ask you questions we're on Instagram Live. They've been watching. I'll answer the questions afterwards, guys. I appreciate you guys calling in. Everybody's asking questions. Okay, so what have you seen different between the boys and girls?
Well, I think every child is different. So we cannot categorize them as boys or girls. And it's very hard to do that.
Right.
So the services we provide at Vidya Learning, it's very personalized curriculum. So when the students first come in, we take an assessment. And that basically tells us what their level is. Okay. And then based off of that, we create a program that suits their needs. Right. So, we can have, two, grade 7 students, but at completely different levels. Right. So, you have boys and girls, and they're all hardworking. Right. The difference is that because of how, maybe they don't have a strong base in a certain subject, or maybe they moved from another country and they don't understand the language properly, so they're a little behind in English. So that assessment really helps us to gauge where the student's at, and then we create a personalized curriculum for them.
Okay, so what's the phone numbers? Because people are watching right now asking questions. They want the phone number, how they can contact you. So give them the phone number.
I'll give you, like I said, there are 3 locations, but if you call just this number, it would work out. It's 905-216-6881.
All right, so that's 905-216-6881.
Yes.
And then they'll get you directly, and then you can talk to them about everything. Okay, so we're talking about the difference between boys and girls. But then here's the other question. What age do you start off tutoring?
It's surprising, but our youngest student thus far has been 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
So the parents want to get them started early.
Just go somewhere.
All right. So 2.5 years. Hold on, 2.5 years. Are they they're in daycare?
They are, but it's
pre-K daycare.
It's like pre-K.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Parents daycares are great. But a lot of parents look for something more educational.
Right, and so they can the kid can give education and learning. Okay.
Just understanding the concept of taking instruction, simple things like holding a pencil, so fine motor skills, listening skills, things like that. And you'd be surprised what, a 2.5-year-old can learn. Right. We've had students that young, being able to write their ABCs.
Okay, so you start from the youngest is 2.5 up to...
Grade 12.
Grade 12, okay.
And we do have some university students as well. So we do tutor, first year, second year university students.
Okay. So obviously, you're saying we, right? So before, when you first started, it was just you.
It was just me.
So how many? So you have staff now, obviously.
I have staff. I have tutors. I have teachers. Yes.
So then, is it just a tutoring place, or is it like school now?
It's a tutoring place.
Okay.
It's not a private school.
Okay.
That's not what we are as of now, but maybe in the future.
Okay.
That could be.
You heard it here first. Remember, we always get the first here, don't we? You heard it here first. Maybe in the future, she's gonna come back and explode that you got a new. Love it. Okay.
So right now, it is a tutoring center. I have about 18 employees.
Okay.
And so they're ranging from being able to teach high school students.
Right.
I have the middle school grades that I have tutors tutoring them, and the primary as well. So yeah.
Okay, so question is, what time schedule do you go to?
So during the school year, we're open from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening. And so after school, it's an after school program.
Okay.
So 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock on the weekdays. So that's another thing. We're open 7 days a week.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have kept our services really flexible.
Right.
And we're open 7 days a week. So parents who are not able to bring their kids on weekdays, bring them on the weekends. And vice versa. If parents are not able to bring them on the weekends, they bring them on the weekdays.
And is your Saturdays and Sundays different?
They're open in the mornings. So from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So we're open in the morning, and we, in the summertime, it's actually different because now that the kids are out of school, we have summer programs in the morning as well. So we operate mornings and evenings. So starting July, we will have,
You're full everywhere doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's the life of a business owner. I mean, you have to keep trying different things and doing different things for it to work out.
Okay, so where's the other locations? We talked about one location just around the corner here.
Just around the corner,
okay.
yes.
Now, where's your other locations?
So the other one, I have one on Kennedy and Bovaird area.
Okay.
And that is the newest location, and that was opened last July. So July 2016 was when it was opened.
Okay, congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
And then there's one more.
There's one more, and that's on the east side. So that is on Torbram and Sandalwood area.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, in that little plaza there.
Yeah, it's a little. It's more towards Bovaird, like Peter Robertson and Torbram.
Okay.
Yes.
So then we jumped off the school. How can parents help their kids with schoolwork? So sometimes, kids will bring stuff in, and then everything's different now.
Right.
So parents are like, okay, teaching and learning is all different. What tips? Give me 2 tips.
All right.
Okay? Because you don't want to give away everything, right? You don't want to give everything. But give me 2 tips how parents can help their child learn.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you a parent?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And this is great for you.
Yeah, that's why I'm sliding this one in. You know what I mean? Gotta slide this one in, okay?
Okay, so I think the most important thing is being involved.
Okay.
I think that is the number one tip I can give to, and I'm not a parent.
Right.
It's just from experience and from the students that I see that are coming in. When the parents are very involved in their child's education,
yes,
and I really stand by that. Education is something that will never leave you for the rest of your life. It's an investment.
Right.
It's an investment you're making in your kid's future, and it is something that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life.
Okay.
You can lose money. You can lose, your house, your car, and everything. But education, that is something your knowledge, that is
key.
something that no one can take away from you.
Okay.
So as parents, I feel being involved and shaping the mindset of children is super important, and giving them the resources they need to excel at school.
Okay.
I think that's one of the biggest tips I can give to the parents.
So stay involved, find out what they're doing, keep asking them questions all the time. Hey, what's new, so they can keep up to it.
I think sometimes with like our society, we are working all the time.
Right.
We kind of get swayed away from what is important, and so sometimes we need to kind of bring it back and kind of focus on these little things, and it makes a huge difference for kids later on, as they're growing adults, their what morals they have, what ethics they carry with them.
Right.
And I mean, kids are going to school, they pick up lots of different things from all over the place.
Right.
So it starts from home. What you teach the kids really starts from home, and those are the values that they carry through the rest of their life, and whenever they're out or at school and things like that.
Right.
So being involved is number one.
Okay.
And I think having some kind of discipline is super important as well.
Okay, so tip number 1 is being involved, and tip number 2 is the discipline.
Discipline.
And when you mean discipline, which part of discipline are you talking about?
So discipline when it comes to playing is great. I mean, I'm very on for you should have a balance in life. And I mean, when I was growing up, I had a great balance. Like I said, my parents have been really supportive, and they would take me. I used to play tennis for my state.
Right.
So in Texas, and it was scorching hot.
Yeah.
It is burning hot. And in middle of the summer, June, we would be going traveling places, and they were always there, taking me, driving hours and hours.
Okay.
So I have that kind of support where they're helping me with my extracurriculars, and also they instilled values in me for education as well. So how that is very important. So I honestly feel that when it comes to kids, having a balance is super important. So extracurriculars, you go to swimming class, taekwondo, dance classes, whatever it may be. education is also a part of that.
Okay.
Right? So having a little bit of everything is always great. So you try out, kids are able to try out different things. And I mean, maybe they enjoy one thing more than the other, right? So maybe focusing more on that. But it's always great to be more well-rounded rather than just, just academics or just sports, right? So having a balance between playtime and, okay, now 1 hour, we need to get down and do some work.
Okay.
So that would be a good,
the double balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're talking about discipline. Can we also say discipline is work area? So what we're asking is, should a child sit at the same place at home all the time, same location, same time to do homework? So is it 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock homework time. Sit at the table, the normal table, or can the child just find a nice, relaxed place wherever they want and do their homework, or can they say, "Oh, I'll do it now," or "I'll do it later"? Or
what do you prefer with your kids?
We have my son. He does not like writing.
Okay.
He likes everything else. He likes doing anything math and everything like that. We say homework, okay, but if it's writing,
it's not happening.
It's not happening.
No.
But to do math or creative stuff, he'll just take it out at the dining table, or he'll just lay on the floor. He likes doing it. We do it side by side. If I'm not there, I'll call him on the phone and I'll do the homework with him over the phone.
Oh, okay.
Right? Just so I can help him out.
Right.
And like you said, Google is fantastic.
It is.
He's asking me
my best
questions.
friend. Yeah.
And if I don't know, I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'll Google it, and then he's like,
how old is he?
He's 9.
He's 9. Okay. All right.
So, but then I hear a lot of other parents that say, no, every day at 5 o'clock, they go to the dining room table, sit, same spot, and do the work. It's like a routine.
Right.
What have you found best with students?
I think it really depends on the student.
Okay.
And like I said, every child is unique and every child is different. So we cannot have, one set method for everybody.
Okay.
Right? So we have to gauge what the student, or what is the best learning environment for a student. So if a student likes, they're very organized. Some kids are really organized, and they have to have their breakfast at a certain time.
Yes.
They have to have their clothes ready for the next day.
Yeah.
So for students like that, having a set schedule is important, because that's how they know how to do things, right? But for other kids, they are more, flexible when it comes to that. So yes, sometimes they might do their homework at 7 p.m., but other days it might be at 5 p.m. So it really just depends from child to child. It's really hard to pinpoint that, okay, this is the best way.
Right.
Because kids are unique and kids are all different, I mean, we have to figure out what is suitable for your child, right? And kind of come up with a system that works for them. Like you mentioned, your son doesn't like to write.
No.
Coming up with, tools and fun activities to do.
Okay.
And I can't give everything away, but, fun activities to do while you are, teaching them. A great way would be, while you're eating, say you're eating a hamburger.
Right.
When you're writing a paragraph, it's a hamburger method. So you have the introduction, you have the middle, and you have the end, right? So, making it fun, showing them these little things, and you know what? It just kind of like catches their attention, and maybe for 10 minutes they will be doing their work. So,
Okay, fantastic. So question is, what subjects do you guys cover?
So we do English, math, French, and sciences. We also do ESL services. We provide ESL services. And we had done computer classes as well previously.
Right.
But our main subjects that we do are for, like I said, pre-K to grade 12, all subjects.
All subjects.
Yes.
Okay, now is there time limit? So is it a balance? Okay, so if we come to your tutoring, you say, well, you have to have the kid with us for 2 months or a 1 month program so we can get involved and learn.
Right.
Because some tutors, they just come in, they do something real quick, and they jump back out.
Right.
So then the child was getting so used to that tutor and the flow between the child and the tutor, and then things happen.
Right.
So is there a minimum for yours?
So I mean, we don't have a contract per se.
Okay.
And the reason for that is I don't want to hold you, in my institution if you're not happy with the service, right? And that's my policy that, if you're happy with the service, you'll stay.
Right.
And 95% of the times it's worked out that way, right? You come in, try our services. So you have a commitment for a month, but then it's after that, it's up to the parents whether they want to continue with the services or not.
Okay.
Most of the times, like I said, 95% of the time, it's a continuous process. But we don't have a limit that, okay, you have to do 2 months, or you have to do, we do have like we do have packages that we do that, okay, if you sign up for like 3-month packages, you would get like a discount, or a 5-month package. Of course, things like that. But in no way is it a contract. Yes.
Listen, we're going to take another quick break and be right back. But we're going to dive in why you're sitting here. Because you got the award, Top 40 Under 40. We're going to talk about that right after the break.
All right.
Great leaders begin with a vision to start a movement, to make a real impact in society, communicating their message and aligning themselves with like-minded people to equip and inspire others to attain their vision. Creating a vital, healthy community is a group effort, and at the heart of it, you'll find local businesses and organizations fueled by committed people who are passionate about building a better tomorrow for us all. The Toronto Caribbean newspaper has started their own movement, promising to focus on the needs of the community, seeking out relationships with businesses and corporations that share in that same mission. We are legacy builders with one shot to make a difference, and together we can empower the community by adding value, instilling self-worth, and showcasing the cultural identity of our beautiful and ethnically diverse community. As business leaders, we have a corporate responsibility to set the tone of our community with principles led by performance-focused results. By combining our reach, we can provide a platform to establish and share our contributions with the world. We are all people working for companies that are interested in building a better community, helping people stand tall and be proud of their culture. If anybody has ever done it, then you can too. We are all capable. And working together, combining our skills and resources, we can make a change and leave behind an unforgettable legacy.
It's one of those days. It's just one of those days. Hey guys, we're back. Please reintroduce yourself.
All right, my name is Radika Datta, and I am a small business owner in Brampton, and it's called Vidya Learning.
Right, and now we've learned from you so far, and let me just go back with my notes. You have 3 locations, all right? You started off with like 30 students, right? And now it just brought you into this whole atmosphere. You love kids.
Yes.
Because you studied
child psychology.
Okay, so that's the part that kind of threw me when you first talked about it.
Right.
Because you're saying, the doctor, the lawyer part. So when you said that, I thought, okay, maybe she's doing medicine and everything. But you kind of had that feel already, right? So that was great. But you started off in Texas?
Texas. I grew up in Texas.
Right.
Yes.
So let's talk about Texas for a second, because they say everything's big in Texas.
It is,
everything. So tell us the difference between schooling in Texas and schooling here.
Well, I know a lot about the school system in the States, just because I've been through the system.
Right.
I can gauge what the school system is here as well, just because I've been in the business for so many years. The difference, I would say, is they're about the same.
Okay.
The schooling in Texas and schooling in Ontario, I would say they're very similar. I would say that the Canadian system, I mean, they have their own curriculum. So the curriculum is a bit different, but as far as the content, it's about the same. And I feel that in the States we have standardized testing, so that is a very huge component. I mean, just to get into university, you have to take the SATs.
Okay.
And that is, people take prep courses for it. Yeah. And it's really
nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I took a prep course for it.
Right.
And I mean, you don't get into university if you don't have a high enough score. So I mean, it is a bit challenging.
Right.
But I mean, mean, here we do have standardized testing, not at that level, but it is it is something that, you know, you have to get done. You know, if you want to go to university, you have the OSSLTs. You have, you know, that's the Ontario literacy test that you have. You also have the EQAO test, which is for grades 3, 6, and 9.
Right.
That's just a standardized test to see what levels or where the student is at, and according to their grade level in the province of Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to pull up one question from Instagram here. And one question is, how was the frat parties? Had to be one of those questions.
Is that really a question?
Because if they're from the States, they want to know, you know, the States different. How was college and the frat parties, and really what you see on TV?
I did go to a party school. So I mean and you know what? You have to have a really good balance between academics and your social life. Okay. So you have to really know how to balance that. And if you don't, I mean, you're going downhill. Right? So, I mean, as far as the parties, I mean, if there are some kids watching, I didn't go to any, so I wouldn't have any idea.
That's right.
But it's a culture. It's a culture. You go to a football game, you get a big win, and you know you just go celebrate.
It's all about that.
Yeah, you celebrate. Okay. It's not a party. It's a celebration.
It's a celebration. Well, let's go into that. I love the segue about you celebrating, because congratulations.
Thank you.
You are one of the winners, top 40 under 40.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Grateful. I think that is probably the number one thing I feel is grateful. A couple of years ago, 2015, I was also, nominated for a Business Excellence Award. And, that's how it kind of just started initially. And I mean, 2 years and now we're doing, the top 40 under 40. And I am truly grateful for all the support. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Brampton community.
Right.
Brampton has so much to offer, and I am sitting here because of that. And the people are great, very welcoming, and for a person that it's not been too long since I've moved to this country, it's been a great, situation for me, and I'm truly grateful for that. So that's the first thing I think of, I'm really thankful to my parents. I think I keep bringing them up. So,
but no, and that's nothing wrong with that. Because for me personally, my past shows and this shows, I always talk about family.
Yes.
I always talk about the bond of family and helping each other out. Because we help one, the whole family grows.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So I love that you're telling everybody that it was a bond. Your parents helped you, and then that's how it is. Because some of our young teens, they're always saying, "Oh, I want to move out. I want to get away."
They get disengaged,
Yeah, they want
right?
to disengage, and I'm thinking, in the future, you need the help.
Oh yes.
Okay, you're always going to be, and your parents are there through thick and thin.
Oh yeah.
They're your parents.
When you're growing up, I mean, it's a teenage thing, right? So you grow up and you're like, okay, I just want to move out. And I went away for university.
Right.
The frat parties and they're calling my name.
Right.
So, I was away from home for about 3.5 years.
Right.
So, but then I moved back, and it's a tough situation.
Yes, yeah.
When you're moving back with your parents.
Right.
But if you ask me today, and it's been since I graduated in 2011 from university, and if you ask me today if you would change anything about that, and I would say no. No, I would not change anything about it, because I actually enjoy living or staying with my parents. They provide me with a lot of support, right? I am truly grateful for them, and it's so important, and that's something I teach the kids as well, that the parents are, they're sending you to Vidya learning for they're for your advancement.
They want to help you.
They want to help you.
Yeah.
They're not your enemies.
Right.
They're not out there to get you. Right? They're there to.
It's not like, oh, it's Saturday, no playing for you. Get to tutoring.
Yeah. And it's an hour out of your day, hour out of the 24 hours that you have. You can do a little bit of studying.
Okay, so it's you just do 1 hour.
That's the minimum. You do 1 hour. We have kids. Right now we have exams fast approaching for high school students, and
so they want to take a little longer and study.
Yeah. So it's been like students have been coming in for 4 hours, 3 hours. So it's been so we don't have like a time limit where you stay here for an hour and that's it. If a student needs help and they want to stay for a longer time, we're more than happy to accommodate.
Okay. Yeah. So then, top 40.
Going back to that.
Do you know who put your name in the hat?
So I actually am part of Brampton Board of Trade.
Okay.
So they actually, got in touch with me and they
Right.
said this would be great for you.
Okay.
And, we really appreciate what you're doing and
Right.
this and that. And one of actually my students' parents got me nominated.
Oh, very
and,
nice.
And I mean, it was very, it was surprising.
Right.
But I really appreciated that,
Well,
effort.
it just goes to show you that what you're doing is making a difference.
A difference, yeah.
For a parent to actually submit your name in,
Yeah.
you're doing a great job, first of all.
Right.
And then it just feels better, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk real now. This is us. No one's watching. It's just me and you,
Okay.
right? How does it make you personally feel? Like, we know we talk about the business. It's great. You
Yes.
put it on the resume. You can
Oh,
put
yeah.
it inside one of your main locations. But
Right.
for you personally,
This is a stepping stone for me, and this award is something that it's not just for me. I think it's for my whole organization. It's for the
Okay.
tutors that work, very hard.
Yes.
They work really hard to make sure that the students are getting the education they need
Right.
or the help they need. So this is personally for me, this is an achievement for my whole institution as a whole, for the children, and it's something they can be proud of too. It's not
Okay.
just for me. It's something they can put up on their wall, right? So
Right.
I went to Vidya and look at what they're doing, right?
Right.
And especially for my tutors, I am really thankful for them as well. I really appreciate that the help that the support they provide me,
Right.
and my learning method and my learning skills that they have taken on, right? So personally, for me, this is just not for me, it's for everybody, even my parents. I mean, this is for them, and I'm just thankful. I'm just
Yeah.
really grateful and hoping that from this I can expand more
Okay.
and provide more services in more areas of Brampton,
Right.
outside of Brampton as well. So.
I love the way that you're not taking it on your own. That you realize that the staff made.
Oh,
the staff
yeah.
is one of the key components,
Yeah.
right? So I really appreciate that when a business owner can recognize that it's not just I. It's a whole team that puts you in this segment together.
You have to, that's just always been my leadership style. It's very inclusive. I know different people have different ways of running their own business.
Right.
Mine is more inclusive, and I lead by example.
Okay.
So that's my leadership style, and it has worked great for me. And as a institution where we are mentoring kids, where we are educating kids, we are the role models.
Right.
And I say we the whole time. I'm never me,
Right.
because it's all of us. It's all of us. We're putting in the effort. We are, putting in all the resources together and everything to make sure that the child, excels at school. And not just academically, even as a coaching point of view, career coaching and things like that. What direction do you want to go in? How to go about it? So we're just that additional help, and we're role models. We're role models for the children that come to our institution. Yeah.
Okay, so if you want more information, it's 905-216-6881.
Yes.
And that's 905-216-6881. But what we haven't told everybody is the website.
Yes, so the website is learnvidya, VIDYA.com.
All right, so say it one more time, so everybody, because people are writing it down. I know they're putting it up right now, so say it one more time.
So it's LearnVidya, so it's www.learnvidya.com.
Okay.
Yes.
And on there, they can do time schedules. Can they book?
So you have to actually personally come into the location to
Okay.
book your classes.
Okay.
So you will find all the information on our website. We have summer programs coming up. We have an annual spelling bee that we do, and that is open to everybody. It's not just just for our students.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have currently about 400 to 450 students that come to our institution.
Right.
Our spelling bee is open to everybody, so
Okay.
you don't have to be an enrolled Vidya learning student to join the competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually at the end of July, so we will be posting more information about that on our website.
Mm-hmm.
You can contact us through the website. The best way to do it is come in, call us, talk to us, and then we'll be able to help you out. Yeah.
Okay. So who came up with the name?
It was a joint effort.
Okay.
Yes. So like I said, my sister actually.
Okay.
So she was the one. I mean, we were just brainstorming a few names, and Vidya actually is a Sanskrit word.
Okay.
So it's Sanskrit and Sanskrit is one of the world's oldest languages, and it means infinite knowledge.
Ah, okay.
So
I knew something because when you say it, you smile. So I figured it had to be something. I'm like, some people name it for certain reasons, but every time you said it, I don't know if you smile every time you say your
Vidya.
business name. So I wanted to know how it is. So it's a little bit of you and your sister coming together, finding it out. So tell us the meaning one more time.
So it means infinite knowledge.
Infinite knowledge.
Infinite knowledge, yes.
Okay.
And the main name for it, so it is Vidya Learning, but it's Vidya, a learning experience.
Ah, okay.
So we are more, it's a wholesome, education that we provide, not just academics. You have, career direction and things like that as well, mentoring.
Okay. So then question is your center a drop-off and pick back up? But don't answer that. We're going to go to break and come right back and learn a little bit more about you and the business. All right. We'll be right back.
When we are born, the world is a foreign place. We have not yet mastered the use of our five senses, and our eyes cannot decipher the complexities of judgments we do not know. As children, our innocence allows us to see a world of endless possibilities. We thrive in the world of imagination, creating a place where everyone writes a unique story, and there is zero judgment since everyone is the same, yet unique in their own way. Over the years, humanity has altered our ways of thinking, creating stigma, judgment, and prejudice based on the history of our ancestors. We have trained ourselves to believe that our history puts us at a disadvantage in society. Our unique and exotic classifications are a testament to the diversity of the world. History doesn't have a future. It's set in stone. The possibility for change lies in our responsibility to know our self-worth, learning from the history, embracing and honoring our heritage, while educating, inspiring, and empowering others to see past what's in front of them to the power inside. It's not about what you look like. It's about realizing the potential of humanity and recognizing the greatness in everyone. It's time to invest in solutions, change the conversation, and think differently about our future. Life isn't a competition of who can do better than the other. It's about eradicating prejudice, boosting self-esteem, discovering our identity, and carving out our own legacy while aspiring to achieve greatness.
Hey guys, we're back. Okay, so we have top 40 under 40. Mm-hmm. We talked about the schooling. Yes. We talked about a little bit of your family based. We talked about, going to school in the States, and we talked about the parties and having fun.
We didn't. I don't know what you're talking about because that never came up.
That's right. No, but we're getting to know you, and that's one thing. We're just in break. I'm honored that Brampton. We have so many key people in Brampton, so I want people to know who you are and find out about you. So when they see you on the street now, they're like, "Oh, okay, I know who you are, and congratulations and on the business."
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So here's the next question.
Yes.
What's next for you?
So, I would like to expand more, and I'm always looking out for new locations where I can open more Vidya learnings, and not just strictly in Brampton, because I think I've kind of covered most of Brampton right now. But just kind of venturing out a little bit away from Brampton. Brampton is my home, and I have a really sweet spot for it, and I love being here. But maybe venturing out, maybe Mississauga or some other.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yes.
You started in Brampton, you're a Bramptonian.
I'm still a Bramptonian, if that was your question. Yeah,
that's it. We're a Bramptonian. We took you in. You're ours now.
Yes.
So, we want to expand because when you expand, we look better. Because the first ones right here, you're a Bramptonian, right?
Right.
What would you do differently if you could? Like, have you learned something? So you said, oh, okay, if I had done that differently. Because the reason I'm asking that, students are always thinking that it's easy. Okay, they see it on TV, they see businesses. I want you to be real with our students that
Right.
watch. I work with a lot of young entrepreneurs or young students, and I ask everybody's here the struggles. Okay.
Yes.
Talk about the struggles. You didn't just say one day, boom, everything worked out, and you're a top 40 under 40 winner. What have you learned, and what was your struggles?
So to begin with, I think the biggest struggle is getting in that mindset that you are not working a 9 to 5.
Okay.
So it is not a 9 to 5 situation.
So you mean I can't just get up, do what I gotta do, and then go home and that's it?
No.
Okay.
This is you eat, sleep, breathe your business.
Right.
And if you don't have that kind of mindset, you know, it's very hard to succeed.
Right.
It's very hard to succeed when your life doesn't revolve around your business.
Okay.
And I mean, a lot of people will not understand that because, you know, they go to work, you know, they come back home, and that's where it ends.
Right.
But when for me, it's more, you know, I wake up. You know, this is what it's surrounded around. I'm doing things related to my business all the way. I mean, it's every day it's the same thing,
Right.
and it doesn't stop. I'm at the dinner table, and that's what we are discussing.
Yeah.
Right. Next steps. What can we do differently? What happened today? I need feedback and
Right.
things like that. So it's always a constant. I mean, you have to hustle. That is, you know, the biggest thing. Nothing is just going to be given to you on a silver platter and just run smoothly. So for the young people out there, take the risk. I mean, entrepreneurship is really, it's hard.
Yes.
But I mean, if it's something that you're really passionate about, I think it is very rewarding at the end of the day. So take the risk, and there's nothing like the feeling of having your own autonomy and having working for yourself and doing something. I feel like if you're really passionate about something, you can really get good results and make as an after effect, make the community a better place because you're providing services that you truly care about. You're putting your 210% into it, right? So you are gonna get some great outcomes. So for the kids out there, don't be afraid to take a leap into the world of business.
Right.
I would say, you know, don't calculate your risks, definitely. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you know, young people out there, they just think that, okay, I'm gonna one day, you know, set up a lemonade stand
And boom, that's it.
and it's
that's
gonna
it.
do your research, talk to people. It's very important to network, talk to people, get some information on how to run the business. You know, there's like grants available and things like that.
Right.
Keep an eye. You have to be proactive. You have to be a go-getter at the
So
end of the
then,
day.
question is, what was your mistake? What was your one mistake that you made? Starting off a business, because there's always, you know, for me, I jumped the gun too fast. You know, I was so excited to do my own business, so I did certain things, and I realized I jumped the gun too fast, and I had to go back and redo stuff that I did because I didn't do the steps. Right. What was your one mistake that you did?
I felt as if, and okay, so this happened because, like I said, I didn't have a background in business education. So I think the marketing aspect, I was not so big on that because I didn't really understand it.
Right.
So recently, I just did a MBA program from McGill.
Okay.
And I learned a lot from there. So I really learned a lot on how to market, how to, you know, and like you said, you know, I didn't have, you know, formal education, but this kind of gave me a little, you know, insight on what is important in a business. Marketing, you know, just having your brand is super important.
Right.
And marketing that brand is super important.
Right.
So, you know, I think that's something I didn't do initially. And as I've opened more centers, I've done it, you know, differently for all the centers because the first one I opened, there was no marketing that was involved. It was just word of mouth. And I mean, I was lucky enough to have the initial students, so it worked out.
Okay.
But I mean, if I had marketed it better in the neighborhoods, of flyering, or you know, in the newspaper,
something simple, easy.
Something simple. I think I mean, I would have done you know, even a better job than what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
But I've learned from it, and you know, we are constantly you know, improving our marketing efforts now.
Right.
So it's something you learn from. But definitely that was something I didn't do initially. So
okay. Now, question is, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
I'd be a doctor right now.
Okay. So it is the doctor route, or not the lawyer.
I mean,
so you felt like it would be the doctor.
It would have been, but I feel like this is my calling, and I've said that before too, that this is something that I think I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life.
Would it be a pediatrician? Because I hear the kids all the time.
Yeah,
so I'm asking, would it be something for the kids, or?
It would have been. I love working with kids,
Okay.
and you might be having a bad day, for whatever reason, and you go in there, and they make the silliest of jokes, and the silliest of comments. So it's always something that brings a smile to your face, and you have that kind of friendly environment that you are a part of every single day. It's just attracting positivity every single day. You become a positive person. You can tell that I'm smiling, and it's because of the kind of environment I have at work, at home. It's the same kind of energy that I bring to anywhere I go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one, and it's not last question, it's just something that I'm learning about you, learning about your business and everything. Your brand. You just learned about your new brand, right? What are you going to take your brand into? So the question I mean is, okay, now that you know how to market, now you know how to do everything, is it now that you want to take it to globally so people know? Is it more of awareness? Like, where do you want to take your business?
I think for me, I have to really take it step by step. And operating a business is or expanding is great, but expansion too quickly is also not great.
Okay.
So these are things you have to learn. You learn as you're doing business, right? So taking step by step, I do want to expand. It would be in North America in the near future.
Okay.
It would be maybe even doing franchising it. That would be an opportunity if I could look into opening up a private school. So these are just different outlets.
You're not keeping yourself closed into one.
So it would be just the Vidya brand and what you want to do with it. So, but it would be educational based, mentoring based, coaching, so things like that.
Okay. So before we let you go, you're on CMJ Live. We always do this thing called the shout out.
Okay.
So this is your opportunity to shout out everybody that's helped you, anybody you want to talk to.
That's a lot of pressure.
This is the fun part. We always get to see everybody shout. When we say shout out, they're like, their brains thinking.
Oh,
like,
my goodness.
Who do I thank? Who did I miss? Who do I did? Don't worry. Okay, pretend.
What if I missed someone? Then they're just going to come after me.
You can text them later and say hi, okay? So tell them 30. Okay, look, ready? 3, 2, 1. Do your shout out.
All right. So I would like to make a shout out to my friends, my mom and dad. I'm really thankful for you guys. And you didn't tell me to do this. So my friends and family in Toronto, in Texas, all over the world, for all the support, and all my staff. I think you guys are great. So everybody, to Charles for having me here. So I'm really thankful for all of you guys. And I really appreciate the support you have provided me.
There, see, she did. You did great.
Did I make the time limit? Can I go on?
Yeah, you can keep thanking. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay. I was looking for the awards. The award thank you and the wave.
No.
Speaking of which, when is the awards?
So the award ceremony is on the 21st.
All right. Okay.
It's in I think Millennial Garden Convention Center.
Right.
Yeah. So it's at 6 p.m.
Okay, can anybody show up? Is there tickets?
There are tickets. There are tickets. If you go to Brampton Top 40 Under 40, Google it.
Okay.
And you will be able to find all the information there. You can purchase your tickets. You can bring as many guests as you want to.
Okay,
and this is a great evening.
And this is on the 21st.
21st. It's on a Wednesday.
Okay.
From 6 to 9 p.m.
6 to 9 on the Wednesday. Okay.
Yes.
So if you want to go and meet this lovely lady, meet some of our other guests that came in, this is a place that you can do some marketing with them, learn.
Yes.
Maybe are you looking for other staff? Maybe. So you never know. And if you're a father or a parent like myself and you get to know her better, you like it, we'll give you the information one more time. I'm going to help her out, give it out there. That's 905-216-6881. And then the website is?
www.learnvidya.com.
Okay.
Yes.
So this has been an honor and a pleasure, but we're going to have more time, more expansion. or actually want to, maybe we'll bring in some of your kids and have some
Yeah,
fun and
that
see
would
what
be
they're
like a
learning.
fun- yeah.
So before we go, we got about 1 minute left. Tell them your locations.
Okay, so I have 3 locations. So the Northwest Brampton, this is on McLaughlin and Sandalwood area. It is 10725 McLaughlin Road, unit number 7. You'll see the big Vidya sign. That's how you know you've arrived. And the second location is on 220 Wexford Road. It's opposite Notre Dame Catholic Secondary School. And the third one is on Torbram and Steeplebush area near Peter Robertson. It's really close to Sandalwood High School, and it's 31 Steeplebush Avenue. Yeah.
I actually know that one on Wexford. I used to live down there. So
Really?
It's perfect. That little plaza. That's in your there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great location.
There's a chiropractor.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
there's a
That's
pizza store,
fantastic. All right. We're going to go to commercial because we're going to talk about old school and everything, the locations and everything. We'll be right back with our next guest. You're watching CMJ Live. We'll be right back. Bye.
In a sea of people, it's easy to get lost amongst all the stories we have to tell. With this platform, a new voice is being heard, one that offers real insight to transform, educate, and inspire greatness, always building, nurturing, and evolving with the times. Our goal is to make a statement, to transform the world, and engage all of its citizens. Accepting multiculturalism is taking the first step, and listening to each other, uniting towards positive change. It's not about any one race, religion, or culture, but about uplifting and empowering one another. Standing above segregation is our game. Our vision is to expand, to create and implement change, zeroing in on what matters the most. Banding together to preserve and celebrate our heritage, cultures, and community spirit. Become inspired by real people, your friends and family, and see that impact within our society. Be proud of the work we have done together. Community focused, we are the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. All great leaders begin with a vision to start a movement, to make a real impact in society, communicating their message and aligning themselves with like-minded people to equip and inspire others to attain their vision. Creating a vital, healthy community is a group effort, and at the heart of it, you'll find local businesses and organizations fueled by committed people who are passionate about building a better tomorrow for us all. The Toronto Caribbean newspaper has started their own movement, promising to focus on the needs of the community, seeking out relationships with businesses and corporations that share in that same mission. We are legacy builders with one shot to make a difference, and together we can empower the community by adding value, instilling self-worth, and showcasing the cultural identity of our beautiful and ethnically diverse community. As business leaders, we have a corporate responsibility to set the tone of our community with principles led by performance-focused results. By combining our reach, we can provide a platform to establish and share our contributions with the world. We are all people working for companies that are interested in building a better community, helping people stand tall and be proud of their culture. If anybody has ever done it, then you can too. We are all capable, and working together, combining our skills and resources, we can make a change and leave behind an unforgettable legacy.
Hey guys, we're back on. You're watching CMJ Live. My guests are phenomenal. They come in, they have a great time. She put is that a ukulele?
A ukulele.
Ukulele, okay.
Ukulele.
I've never seen someone just pop one out, and so we're gonna get entertained later. Is that
Maybe if you're lucky.
Okay.
If you're lucky.
All right.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi world. I'm Lindsay Weisson. I run a company called Ease Up, the organizing experts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's dive in and let's learn about Lindsay first.
Sure.
Okay. Are you a Bramptonian?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
From true Bramptonian, or?
No, I am not a Brampton native. I grew
Okay.
up in Springfield, Ontario, which is down by London, St. Thomas, Tillsonburg,
Okay.
Elmer. It's a tiny town of 500 people.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, and I met my now marriage partner. He lived in Mississauga, and he's a teacher at a Brampton school, a high school. So we live 5 minutes from his high school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you go to any schools here?
No, I went to U of T.
No, you went straight to
I went to U of T. Yes.
Okay. And then now you're officially a Bramptonian.
I'm a Bramptonian, and I have 2 young pups. I've got 2 young kids.
Okay.
So they're like Bramptonians.
How young?
They were born here. 2 and nearly 5.
Okay.
Yes.
And I love the way she breathed when she said 2 and 5. 2 boys?
No, the youngest is a boy, the oldest is a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And little man's running all over the place.
He is. Plays with a lot of cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get into why you're here. I want
Yeah.
to say congratulations because you're also top 40 under 40 winner.
Yes.
Right? How does that make you feel?
It's really nice. The life of an entrepreneur is a roller coaster, and
Right.
there's really great highs where you feel really excited, and there are very big lows where you feel despair and fear. And so the Brampton Top 40 Under 40 is one of those extraordinary highs that, you have to remind yourself, yay, okay, it's good.
Right. Well,
Yes.
you met my last guest, Radika. She just left. She does tutoring, so she has her business in tutoring.
Awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, why did you go into your
Organizing?
your own business?
It's not so much of a conscious choice, but it's like trying different things and realizing the universe is telling you, nope, you're not supposed to be there. Nope, you're not supposed to be there.
Okay.
Nope, you're getting closer. Good try.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be
So
there.
then that tells me that, sorry to
Yes.
cut you, but you've tried a lot of...
I've tried a few different things.
Okay, so when you're on CMJ Live, we have fun. What
Good.
have you tried before?
Right out of high school, I became a dental assistant, which
Okay.
not to be confused with the lady or gentleman, but
Yeah.
mostly women who clean your teeth.
Okay.
I'm the one that assists the dentist in the root canal or the extraction or
Wow.
the filling.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a super cool job.
Right.
I loved that you had to work silently with the dentist and
Yeah.
anticipate his next move and be
Okay.
super organized and things.
This is just like what we see on TV. He just puts his hand out and he just scaffold
Totally.
and you just put it whatever.
If you're good, you know what the next move is,
Okay.
and you're there.
Right.
We're about making him as efficient as possible. Oh, I said him. Girls, you can be dentists too, and you should be.
I take that you were helping a gentleman. That's why you keep saying
I
him.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So from there,
Yes.
you went to.
I got. I worked in the industry for about 6 years, and it led me to a fairly unhappy place.
Okay.
I was an entrepreneur, and I
Felt
didn't know
it.
that I was. And
Right.
I've got these ideas, and I want to do more. And
Right.
so I got unhappy and decided to go back to school. So
Okay.
I got my Bachelor of Arts, and I went to Teachers College.
Nice. Okay.
And became a qualified high school teacher of English and Family Studies.
Oh, whoa! You said high school.
High school.
So that's going from cleaning,
Yeah.
diving into molars and
Yes.
extracting,
Yes.
going into diving into molars and extracting. Because
yeah,
you got teens,
sort
right?
of. Yeah, that's a different kind of plaque and tartar. Yeah.
Okay, so how was that experience?
You know what? I didn't teach in a high school outside of my teaching practicum.
Okay.
I ended up getting, I was living a long time with really negative thoughts and self-limiting terrible things. I was basically, over the course of a decade telling myself I sucked.
Okay.
And when was it? It was during my teacher's college year where I ended up having a major depression.
Okay.
So I had to take some time off of life and get better, and I did very quickly and very well with the professionals and
Right.
the medication and things like
Yeah.
that. So
I've forgotten the question.
We're doing from teaching from the high schools, and then now from high school you moved on to the next thing. What was that?
That's right. So I got better. We had a kid, and we thought, you know what, the best thing that could happen is let's get a supply teaching job. There's no marking, there's no major lesson planning. Work 3 days a week, it'll be perfect.
Right.
Work-life balance. And there were no jobs. And people my entire life, through my university career, through high school, were saying, you're so organized, you should sell this. Okay. And I was always like, it's not a thing.
It's just something I do.
It's not a job. I don't go to you don't go to school for that. Or there's no existing businesses that I can just get a job with. Right. And at some point during the craziness, my partner said, maybe if this teaching thing doesn't work out, it's the world telling you you're supposed to try this. Okay. So I didn't get jobs, and it was another one of those like, oh, we for sure thought that was just going to happen easily. Right.
And it was that here in Brampton?
It was in Brampton. Okay. Yes. Yeah. In Peel. Right. Where, there are too many teachers. There's a lot of teachers, and even fantastic teachers can't get jobs. Right. So,
you said, okay, so hubby said, maybe this is the thing. Yeah. So what made you decide, okay, when was it that you decided, something? Everybody keeps telling me I need to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to push out and try it. Mm-hmm. Or was it one of those things that we got bills coming in, I got to try something?
Yeah, it was a good, yin-yang of both. Okay. The fear and the necessity and the opportunity all sort of piled into one. Right. And so we started it. And I ended up having the privilege of getting into an Ontario self-employment benefit program here in Brampton. Right. So that probably saved me, 5 years of making mistakes in starting up a business, because I had no business background, right? I thought, hey, I'm a good person and I do something useful. I'll just tell people I have a business and I'll get rich. Right. It doesn't work like that. So not the case, people. Okay. Do your research, right?
Okay, so now you started it.
Yeah.
How did it fully start? Like, let's bring it back to you. You said that you'd help from Brampton. The course helped you, started it off. But then, how did you know how to brand it? How did you know what to do for what you want? Okay. Because H brand, we were talking about branding before and learning about how to make the signature you. Yes. Because I can tell. Yeah. It's you, right?
It is me.
I can see it. The colors that you use, the colors that you wear, the energy, everything. This is you. How do you put it together?
Okay, so a lot of time in my brain, thinking. Right. And we have an association called the Professional Organizers of Canada. Okay. And that was a group of people I could go and meet and be like, oh, they do this. You do exist. Okay. And so from there was able to see what they were doing. And now the reason I organize for people and the sort of the why behind our company is because I know suffering. I know what it's like to feel like life is too hard and you don't want to go on. Right. And I want to let people live with the greatest of ease. Okay. So that's why the business is called Ease Up. Okay. I became a very good organizer because when my depression was getting closer to me, my mind was very mean to myself. And it was like, you can't do this. And so one of the coping mechanisms I developed that kept me, functioning in society and going to work and getting my assignments done was that I organized myself very well. So I didn't waste any of my time or any of my resource or any of my sanity looking for anything. I was just like, everything is on demand when I need it. And so that's how. There's a real desire to help people who are suffering with disorganization and clutter-associated stress.
Okay. So see, that's what I love about the business. Each story that so far everybody's come into, there's a story behind the story.
That's right. So it comes from inside.
It comes from inside. So you know what you went through. Yeah. And you're like, okay, I don't want nobody to do this. No. So what I can do to help them is ease their workload, ease their life, ease the stress.
Totally.
So this is why Ease Up. So it's EASE up.ca. Yeah. Right? So if you're looking at it and you want to research why you're watching, because we're live, people might be going online right now. Okay? And the phone number is 416-898-5655. 5316. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you mobile? You have a location? How does it work?
There's actually 3 business partners, and one's in Leslieville and one's somewhere else in Toronto. My geography's terrible. And we have 7 associates sort of in between and around all of us.
Right.
So we can pick up and move wherever. We can do multiple jobs at once, and we can mobilize very quickly and get a job done with a big team in a matter of days.
Okay, so then the business, talk to more about the business. I have my own business.
Yeah.
Okay, I have CMJ.
Yes.
I'm all over the place.
Right.
What happens? Do I call you? Do we do a sit down? How does it work from start to finish?
Right. So your buy trigger would probably be something like, I'm frustrated because I just can't get going, or there's a speed bump.
Right.
Or I sense intuitively that this could be easier, and I don't have the time or the desire or the motivation to fix it myself.
Okay.
Google professional organizers, find Ease Up, give a call. I would send you an online pre-consult questionnaire.
Okay.
And you'd fill it out. We'd get some basic information.
Right.
That gives us a sense of you and where you are and where you want to be, what's not getting the attention it deserves, how much you want to get rid of. And then we do a on-site, pressure-free, cost-free consultation.
Okay.
So we come in and we want to educate you about the whole process. We find that, the service rolls out most beautifully when you know everything. That, organizing is somewhat of a new service that people are engaging with.
Right.
So we just find that our clients are the most happy when we just set the whole process up for success.
From start to finish.
We tell you.
So first of all, online, give you a call.
Yeah.
You're going to do
send a
questionnaire just to find out what the business is and what we need help with. And then from that, you do a free consultation.
Yeah, on site where all of your stuff is disorganized.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then before we tell you the rest of the stuff, we're going to go to commercial.
Right on.
We're going to be right back, and we're going to hear the rest of the steps, how this lovely lady can help you ease up.
Exactly.
We'll be right back.
When we are born, the world is a foreign place. We have not yet mastered the use of our 5 senses, and our eyes cannot decipher the complexities of judgments we do not know. As children, our innocence allows us to see a world of endless possibilities. We thrive in the world of imagination, creating a place where everyone writes a unique story, and there is zero judgment, since everyone is the same, yet unique in their own way. Over the years, humanity has altered our ways of thinking, creating stigma, judgment, and prejudice based on the history of our ancestors. We have trained ourselves to believe that our history puts us at a disadvantage in society. Our unique and exotic classifications are a testament to the diversity of the world. History doesn't have a future. It's set in stone. The possibility for change lies in our responsibility to know our self-worth, learning from the history, embracing and honoring our heritage, while educating, inspiring, and empowering others to see past what's in front of them to the power inside. It's not about what you look like. It's about realizing the potential of humanity and recognizing the greatness in everyone. It's time to invest in solutions, change the conversation, and think differently about our future. Life isn't a competition of who can do better than the other. It's about eradicating prejudice, boosting self-esteem, discovering our identity, and carving out our own legacy while aspiring to achieve greatness.
Hey, we're back and welcome. We are with Top 40 Under 40.
Yes.
All right. And your company's called Ease Up.
Correct.
All right. And Ease Up is a company to help people de-stress, declutter, get to the next level and actually help their business.
That's right.
Okay. So I was asking, my last question that I asked you is, how does the process work?
Right.
Okay. So the first part you said, with Google, online professional help, you know, and then we find you. We give you a call. Yeah. You send a questionnaire first.
Exactly.
Just finding out a little bit about their business and what we need help with and stuff like that. And then from there, once we get the form back, you would read it over and then call us for an on-site consultation. Absolutely free. Yeah. Just to find out, okay, what are you really going to do?
That's right. And it's really important for clients to get a sense of who we are, because the client is essentially inviting us into their home to touch everything.
Okay.
Right? So it's asking for this kind of help takes some strength, and knowing that asking for help is something, it's a strong thing.
Right.
So you have to get, the great thing about our company is that our people are wonderful. When you invite our help, it's like you're enlisting the help of a good friend. We connect with you very quickly, but if you don't feel comfortable moving forward with us, then you ought not to, right? So it's a getting to know the process, a getting to know us, and a building a confidence and a rapport. And at the end of we'll give you an estimate. So we'll look at your goals, we'll try to estimate how much time we think it's going to take to get from where you are to where you want to be. And we give you that estimate, and then it's just signing a service agreement, booking the date, and exchanging the 50% deposit up front, and then you pay the rest at the end. And then we show up for the session, and we roll up our sleeves, and we get to work.
Okay, so when you say show up for the session, is it a one-time session? It's a weekend session? Is it like...
It's whatever the client needs, really.
So is it like an assistant? Or you guys a little bit different than assistant because you don't travel with us everywhere.
That's right. Okay. So we're organizing the physical space, the stuff in it, and this in a concrete location. Okay. So we come in, and there can either be 2 of us or up to 5 of us at once. Right. And
so you come in like a bull team. Just
we
one
come in
shot.
like a team.
Okay.
Exactly. So you can get, with 2 organizers, you can get 12 hours of progress in a day. With 5 organizers, depending on the size of the house or the business, you can get 30 hours. So basically, of progress.
It's like, okay, I have my own home business.
Yeah.
But when you walk into my home business, you see that I got piles here. I got piles here. Yeah. You're asking me for an invoice, and I go, okay, I gotta find it. I gotta go edit stuff. You're like, okay, write this down, and I'm doing one of these.
No, you don't have to be there. So we have what's called the ease up method.
Okay.
It's a 7-step process where we'd come in, and we don't need you at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
In the consult, we've already said this is the area we're working on.
Yeah.
We start sorting. So we're smart people. We can figure out the categories. We know what invoices look like, what bills look like, what office supplies look like, what bathroom supplies look like, and we sort it all out.
Okay.
And then we sort each of those piles into a smaller pile or a more specified pile. Okay. So the next step is that you do come back in and you have a chance to release items from each pile. And
so you mean I can say, okay, this is the miscellaneous pile. Yeah. You don't know where to put it, and I go, I really don't need that anymore.
That's right. It can go.
That's garbage. Right. I go, oh no, I need this. I need to keep that. Okay.
But say in the sorting phase, you find out that you have, and this is not unusual, say you have like 14 nail clippers. Do you need 14? Because they're living everywhere.
Oh, so I couldn't find one, so by habit I just went and bought another one.
And
then another one.
Exactly. So the power with our method is that you look at each pile and you can make an informed decision about what you're getting rid of, instead of just looking at something that's over here, but it's also over here, here, and here. Okay. You want the best one.
So do you guys... I mean, when I say you guys as a team, do you buy stuff for us? Yeah. Do you buy all those new the bins, the organizers, you put the labels on for us, and you put it in order? But here's a question.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just for me as a male, I'm going to use males.
Yeah.
We know where our stuff is. We like where our stuff is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like when we go in, you go, where is this? And then if a wife or girlfriend or somebody comes and moves it, you're like, your husband's like, honey, where did you move this? I had this here.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That's not our target market.
Okay.
You have to not be able to know where your stuff is or find your stuff.
Right.
That's sort of it, right?
Okay.
Or that you're spinning in circles and you're realizing, oh my gosh, I'm wasting so much time not finding my stuff.
But even though I know where everything is, it's a total mess on my desk.
Okay.
Can you still work with me?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Because the way we work is that whatever you use the most, we give the best real estate to. So it starts at like, oh, what do you need on demand the closest? And then you go up and down and away from you in that same sort of way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's not just, because, you know, we're guys, I'm going to say it out there. Guys, we have our stuff. We know where our stuff is. We have certain things, but then you just help us keep it the way we like. It's just,
we give you a clear surface too, and then everything that you need has a home and it's supposed to live there. And we always say that when you put something back, you're doing your future self a favor, because you can know it's there every single time. It's like, you know, we build your cockpit, right? Like all the buttons, they don't move around. You know, if pilots were trying to fly a plane, like you don't want your things in different spots all the time, right? You want it to be, you want to expect that emergency.
So the question is then, and I'm just laughing because I just know this.
Yeah.
How many times have you gone back to certain clients?
You know what?
We have habits.
We have habits.
So you come in, everything's all sorted out, bins here, this is here, and about 4 to 6 months later, have you ever had clients calling you back and say, I need you back?
Fair enough. We actually haven't. There are some people who are chronically disorganized, and there's usually some attention deficit disorder at play there, which you can totally understand why that would be even more challenging. We say in the consult, you know, after we leave, we don't give you like the Mary Poppins snap your fingers and everything goes back in. You have to be committed
to put it,
and ready for this lifestyle change so that you're willing to. It's like, and we say you're using less energy to put it back in the same spot. If you train yourself and get up over that learning curve, it's, Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did. Because I'm reading your flyers now. Like it says, getting ready to move, downsize to a smaller space, and just don't have the time tackle the clutter. Okay, that's so it's basically downsizing. So it's like downsizing. Can that be in a different office as well? Like you help us shrink?
Yes.
Like, you know, most people think when we first start off a business, we go out for the biggest office.
Right.
We gotta make it look good.
No.
We want everything.
You've got a budget.
You know, we go for the biggest, and then we realize, okay,
we need more space.
Okay.
Yes. Now, most of what we do is actually residential. So when we say downsizing, it's like the Zoomers or the baby boomers who have these houses they've lived in for 40 years and all of their collections that they've accumulated. And now they're moving into a condo. Okay. And we help them pare down and take what is essential.
So I understand this. You just don't help with business people. You help with everyday
residential
people.
That's what I love. Like when we can support a family to be more efficient and to feel at more ease. Yeah, they can live their lives and be more productive. They can be better parents, better partners, better business owners, better employees when their command center runs like an efficient fast food restaurant, really.
Okay, it says staging.
Oh yeah, we don't do that anymore. You can just like cross that off.
What was that before?
So we will stage people's homes with what they have. Oh, okay. We're not renting the white couch. That's a whole other business plan. Yeah. But in the event that we declutter for a lot of people who are selling their house.
I just want to get to that.
Yeah, it's like pre-staging decluttering. And if they've got really great furniture, we have that expertise to set it up in the staging way.
That's a lot of questions when people want to move.
Yeah.
They say, okay, clean up, and then they realize
that list is way too long.
Way too big. I'm like, okay, why did we have 4 stools? Why do we have this and this? And we didn't realize we had 4 stools because one was sitting in the corner.
That's right.
One's in the kids' room. Yeah. One's downstairs. But when it's time to declutter, you're like, we have 4 stools. Why do we need all these stools?
Right.
Okay, love it. Cleaning up, move management.
Right. So that's packing, unpacking for people. So like we'll pack you up as fast as possible.
Okay.
We'll even order the movers. We'll obviously get all of the supplies.
Right.
And we'll get you into your new house perfectly organized, set up.
Right.
In a matter of like a day or 2.
Wow. That's big.
It's cool.
I know a lot of people out there talking to everybody, myself included. Right. Mm-hmm. We've lived into the house for about 2 years.
I know.
And still have boxes.
I know. We see it all the time.
We've never unpacked yet.
Yes, and
because we're like, we don't know where we're gonna put it, so we just haven't
but there's no time.
There's no time.
Or energy.
Right. We
have...
unpack the basics.
Yes.
Right.
And you still have full lives to lead.
Right.
So there's not enough energy at the end of the day.
So you come in, you help us pack up and make sure that everything is unpacked, put it in a nice place, efficiently that we can find it.
Yes.
Okay. So now decluttering, we know.
Yeah.
So the question I have, and we're gonna get into this because I watched it on TV and I know it's a sickness and everything, right? Hoarding. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Have you helped with hoarders? Have you tried to help organize? Because first thing, people have to realize that they are a hoarder.
Absolutely.
And to pick up that phone to call you and say, I just need help.
Yes.
Or has families called you and said, listen, my mom's a hoarder.
Right.
We're trying to help her get rid of some of these clothes, but she just can't do it, and we can't convince her. So maybe someone with your expertise can come in and say, hey, let me help you find out what you need and stuff like that.
Yes.
How's that? Have you had that?
We haven't had many calls from hoarders. In fact, we haven't had one.
Okay.
They're not reaching out for help. It is usually the extended family that is trying to move it forward. Our firm doesn't really specialize in hoarding, but if someone was to call us, we have other professional organizing colleagues who do specialize in that, and we would connect you to those organizers that specialize in that.
See, that's one thing I can feel your energy already. You don't mind not taking the job. It's about helping the person.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's tremendous of you to do that you want to help the person first.
Totally.
Business comes after.
Totally. We stick to what we know we're good at because we want people to get the best bang for their buck.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to
All right. We're going to go to a quick commercial, but before we go, I want to shout out this phone number one more time. If you want this lovely lady to come out and help you, you can contact her at 416-819-1576. All right?
That's a different number. That's my business partner.
We can go and grab her.
She's lovely too.
Or it's 416-898-5316, and you'll get you directly.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Or you can look online at easeup.ca. We're going to take a quick break. We got to pay some bills and come right back.
All great leaders begin with a vision to start a movement, to make a real impact in society, communicating their message and aligning themselves with like-minded people to equip and inspire others to attain their vision. Creating a vital, healthy community is a group effort, and at the heart of it, you'll find local businesses and organizations fueled by committed people who are passionate about building a better tomorrow for us all. The Toronto Caribbean newspaper has started their own movement, promising to focus on the needs of the community, seeking out relationships with businesses and corporations that share in that same mission. We are legacy builders with one shot to make a difference, and together we can empower the community by adding value, instilling self-worth, and showcasing the cultural identity of our beautiful and ethnically diverse community. As business leaders, we have a corporate responsibility to set the tone of our community with principles led by performance-focused results. By combining our reach, we can provide a platform to establish and share our contributions with the world. We are all people working for companies that are interested in building a better community, helping people stand tall and be proud of their culture. If anybody has ever done it, then you can too. We are all capable, and working together, combining our skills and resources, we can make a change and leave behind an unforgettable legacy.
Back, but I'm trying to make sure that everybody sees this correctly. I'm trying to get my Instagram back on. I'm trying to get we're good. Make sure we're good on this one, right? Everybody seeing me? Everybody you can see? Because here first, CMJ Live, I bring you the world premiere. I mean, this is the world premiere of Ease Up
Jingle.
Jingle.
That's right.
No one's heard this before.
Well, I did like my mom has and stuff like that.
Oh, the moms don't count. That's family.
Moms don't count.
That's fine.
Right, that's fine.
I mean, like...
And I did it at a Rotary Club presentation, but there was like a dozen people there, so...
Okay, but that's okay.
This is like the first,
This is the first
online.
Online.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
See, look, she's even got her camera ready.
For a different angle? Anyways.
Okay, so hold on. Let me bring this in correctly. Let me do my MC thing.
Right on.
Okay, hold on. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from studio on CMJ Live. First time, the jingle for Ease Up. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a big round of applause.
Clap, 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 clap. Here it goes. If clutter and disorganization gets you down, perhaps it is time to ease up. It's a real jingle.
There you go. And you heard it here first on CMJ
did.
Live.
Yeah. It'll be on maybe radio ads in the future.
Yeah?
Yes.
And so who produced and wrote that?
It was a partnership of me and my charming mother-in-law.
Okay.
Yes, she's the musical whiz.
Yeah.
And I was like wrestling with, what do I need to say? How do we
is it?
Condense our business into
Right.
2 bars? And I played around with the melody and was like, can you put some chords behind this? And
Yeah.
she did. So
And boom, there it is.
there it is.
Okay, so we're gonna get like Instagram and Facebook Live. It's gonna be remixed and everything, all right?
Oh no, we'll get one of those like if what are those called? Something tune. Auto tune. Oh gosh. Huh?
Okay, we're back.
Yes.
We're having fun.
Yeah, we are.
Top 40 under 40.
Mm-hmm.
So, who put your name in the hat?
Who put my name in the hat for top 40 under 40?
Do you know who put you in?
I think I do.
Okay.
I do. I did get an email
Right.
from someone within the Board of Trade saying, your name's come up and it would be really great if you were nominated.
Right.
So that was cool.
Okay.
And then a friend of mine who was in the BBOT
Mm-hmm.
knew that, and she contacted me and said, has anybody nominated you for that? Because
Okay.
I'd be delighted to.
Okay.
So her name was Karen from Beagle Benefits, actually, and she is... we're good pals. We totally connect because she wants to help people
Right.
as energetically as I do in what her area of expertise is.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, Karen.
There you go. Big shout out to Karen. Okay. So we're going to talk about this right here.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. Now this is big. All
It's
right.
not that big.
Well, he's got you on the front cover.
Yeah, but it's not in Fortinos. Like, it's in my purse. But you have to start somewhere.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. So where are we going here? Celebrating women.
Yeah.
Where is this? How this happened? How did you get on the front?
Okay.
Where can we pick it up?
It's available online, so I'll give the link to
Okay.
you after the fact.
You talk. I'm just going to show the book.
I was asked to be a keynote speaker for a fundraiser for a women's shelter in Orangeville. It's called Family Transition Place.
Okay.
And it was a fundraising event to raise money for the shelter. The event brought in $50,000, which is really cool, and I volunteered my services to put together a really great presentation.
Right.
And I gave it. It was the first biggest keynote I've done.
Okay.
It was 300 people. I got a standing ovation at the end. People were, approaching me and telling me how useful it was, and some had tears in their eyes. It was a great day. Yeah, my parents were there. They were proud. It was great.
Okay. So what was the topic? What did you speak about?
I spoke about how being socialized as women,
Right.
from my experience, being socialized as a woman and a girl, contributed to, it was a risk factor in me getting a major depressive episode in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I sort of put the traditional risk factors of getting depression through a feminist and gendered lens.
Okay.
And was like, I think it's worse if you're a girl sometimes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, in my experience. It's not for everybody, but
Okay. So how does this make you feel?
oh.
Because first of all, I don't think they told you, or did they tell you you're going to be...
Oh, I did know. I
Okay.
did know. And I did volunteer, so this is sort of how they were able to pay me, right?
Okay.
Like, we're going to give you an opportunity to be on the cover.
Right.
And you get to speak to 300 people. You get to have your business booth there, which was really great. And it felt really great because it's part of this all coming together.
Right.
Because I approach, even the organizing from the side of, organizing is historically a woman's job that's done for free, and people take it for granted. Okay. And me bringing it to the market is really this like feminist thing.
Yeah, this is what we do. This is how I do it. Now pay me.
It's really helpful, and you've been getting it for free. So like, here's your invoice. Yes.
Okay, so you got 2 kids at home.
Yeah.
Do you bill your husband weekly or monthly?
Do I bill him? Oh, I know what you're saying. He's actually said, Lindsay, like, I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have a professional organizer for a spouse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, yeah, he can't even imagine it.
Okay, because he's a teacher.
Yes.
And kids, different working.
Totally.
Homework, and he's got to do report cards and all this stuff. So, but how do you balance you? Mm-hmm. And then how do you balance wife and mom?
I don't. Like, it's a myth. It's like, I'm working too much. Okay, rest. It's just, and you get better at, staying in the middle and letting the pendulum swing a little less.
Right.
Self-care is something that I neglect, and I'm learning over and over again, like, you've got to invest in this,
right,
or this doesn't happen.
Right.
So, I don't know, you have a little meltdowns and crashes, and it's like, wait a second, Linz, you're not taking care of you, so start taking care of you. And so it's
so what is, so you call yourself Linz, you talk to yourself, right?
And my third person nickname, short form,
right? How does Linz take care of herself? Because you're an organizer, right?
Yes.
So this is what I'm trying to pull out of you, is like, okay, you're always organized.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then, everybody's human. Everybody goes through it. Mm-hmm. What do you do to say, okay, I need a break?
Unplug.
Yeah.
If I want to prevent, spiraling out from happening, I need to make sure I'm drinking my water, I'm getting nutrition, I'm reading. Reading is like as close as I get to meditating as possible. Okay. It turns my brain off from going in 6 different directions to just one. Right. Focus on the words on the page, read something that's inspirational, and just be where you are. A good friend of mine sent a quote that was like, take a breath, be with your breath, know that you are alive in this moment, and come back to it, and then go forward.
I like that.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I think Oprah gets credit for it. Honestly, she does. Yeah.
Oprah's getting a lot of credits for everything, you know what I mean? Big shout out to Oprah. Oprah, if you're listening, we'd like to be on your show, just putting it out there.
That's right.
Okay, this lovely lady does decluttering. Yes. She helps you out. And I just want to come to the show, so I'm just letting you know. Okay. All right. So the big event is on the 21st.
Wednesday.
Yeah. How excited are you?
Super excited. It's date night. Like, right? I don't have to cook a meal. I don't have to clean up the dishes. Like, that's like the super icing on the cake. My husband and I are gonna go and drive away from the house and be like, bye kids. Yeah.
But on the real, like we talked about, what does this do for you and your business?
You know what? It's so cool because I'm a good person trying to help people, and them, shining the spotlight on me allows me to be more successful more quickly. And my success is in good hands. I'm never going to be that CEO that's like earning tons. I want to give back and back and back and help people who are disadvantaged have more advantage. Like it's in good hands. Right. Which is, it's just neat that I'm not forcing this to happen. It's happening because I think the universe knows that there's good light here, and let's just accelerate that a bit.
Okay. So how long has the business been around?
Almost 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, not long.
Okay, and then you said, I read off another thing. This is different. How many business partners do you have?
2 others.
2 others.
Yes.
Okay, and then you guys combo together and branch this out.
Exactly.
All right, so what's the next step for you?
Oh. Do I have to tell her? Can I keep it a secret? We're going to grow bigger. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We are going to grow bigger. We don't know what that looks like. Right. But we are going to keep educating the market based on how valuable we are. We're going to drum up more business and help more people. I'm the visionary, and I have grandiose ideas about how to give back, but really right now it's just let's continue to grow. And we'll talk about greater impact later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, you're on CMJ Live. We always do something on CMJ that we want to give you that limelight.
Yeah.
Over here. So this is called the shout out.
Okay.
So this is your opportunity to shout out family and friends, anybody that you want to thank, anybody. This is your opportunity. We're going out live, so now they can hear you thank them.
Yes.
This is your time to do the shout out. Go ahead.
Okay. I have to thank my partner, Graham Weisson. You're the best. You're the best. My business partners are fantastic. Pauline Duhart and Jeff Orr. Our associates, Kristen, Colin, Sarah, Jessica. Who am I missing? I'm missing two, Jasper and Sandra. You guys are fabulous, and our clients are so good. Thank you for trusting us with your vulnerable work and projects that need to be done. Who else? My parents, you gave me really fantastic genes. Yeah, I got a good brain. And there's more people, everybody. And my daycare provider, Sam Murphy Rowe, she works bloody hard and she takes care of my kids so much. My good friends, Jenny, Cindy. Yeah, there's so many people that love and support me.
Right.
And no person is a one-person show, right? Like my chiropractor helps me be effective. I'm nothing without everybody, right?
Don't forget your kids.
They just take away my energy. No, they're fabulous too. Fletcher and Avin.
All right, so now years from now, they can go back and see mommy on here and be proud of you.
And show their psychologist, you were thankful for us.
And they can say, this is where we are now because she did her jingle on CMJ Live.
Yeah.
Or when they're rolling in the money because the jingle hit and went big.
Yeah, right.
They could
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
We had so much fun.
My pleasure.
Listen, you've been watching CMJ Live. Don't forget to catch us tomorrow when we have some more people. But we're going to take a quick break, and before we go, we're going to do something fun before everybody go, all right? We'll be right back.
In a sea of people, it's easy to get lost amongst all the stories we have to tell. With this platform, a new voice is being heard, one that offers real insight to transform, educate, and inspire greatness, always building, nurturing, and evolving with the times. Our goal is to make a statement, to transform the world, and engage all of its citizens. Accepting multiculturalism is taking the first step and listening to each other, uniting towards positive change. It's not about any one race, religion, or culture, but about uplifting and empowering one another. Standing above segregation is our game. Our vision is to expand, to create and implement change, zeroing in on what matters the most. Banding together to preserve and celebrate our heritage, cultures, and community spirit. Become inspired by real people, your friends and family, and see that impact within our society. Be proud of the work we have done together. Community focused, we are the Toronto Caribbean newspaper.
Hey, we got a few minutes left, so I didn't want her to leave. We wanted to stay and have some more fun. But the reason I want to ask you, you started this whole thing because you knew that, you were talking about your health, depression, whatever, that you need the clutter and thing. Yep. We actually had a guest on before, so this is why I really want to touch on it, right? Yep. He brought a book in, and it was all about the depression. You saw that one, right? And I find it interesting that we don't talk about this more, okay? I find that a lot of people out there are suffering with it.
Totally.
Don't know they're suffering with it, or they want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
So they're out there at job or maybe having drinks with friends, and they just want to stand up and scream, yell, but they think, oh, that's not right. I shouldn't do that. So they sit back down in their mind and they don't say anything.
Yes.
Before we go, we got a few minutes.
Yeah.
Can you talk to everybody about that? Only because
I'd love to.
Look at you.
I
okay?
know.
And I'm trying to tell everybody it's not something bad. It's a situation.
Yes.
Right? Because look, from where she was to own her own business.
Exactly.
On the cover.
Yeah.
And top 40 under 40.
Exactly.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, where to begin? I had about the worst symptom a person can have with depression.
Okay.
My husband came home from work one day, and I told him I was having suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
And that, you know what, don't worry, you're going to find a better wife. I'm not kidding. Like,
you just said that's it.
I sort of was like, this is the only option I see. I was that hopeless. I was that tired of hearing that voice in my head that had taken over, saying, you suck, you're worthless, you can't do anything that's worth anything.
Okay, so hold on. Now we're going to flip the script here.
Yes.
Your husband's looking at you like,
yeah.
Okay, what's going on? You're joking? What's wrong? You had a bad day? The kids or something?
We knew I had been getting unhappier and unhappier for a while, but we had no idea what it was. We thought maybe we should get a dog, or maybe you should try something different, right? We didn't have anyone in our life that had an experience with depression that they told us about.
Okay.
So I told him that I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And he cried in my lap, and I didn't feel anything. That's the thing with depression, is that you numb yourself because you get so tired of hearing the bad thoughts.
Okay.
So he was my hero and got online and actually discovered, you have depression, Linz, and it's treatable. So he was like, let's get you to a psychologist. Let's get you taking some medications. Did that. It was not a straight trajectory of getting better. It was more crazy, and it was long, and you go into remission, regression, recurrence.
Yeah.
But now I am a better version of myself, having done the psychological work with an expert than I ever was pre-depression. And I was effective before depression. I did some cool stuff.
But now you're just awesome.
But now I'm just like unstoppable.
Yes.
Not always. Like, I still have bad days. That's normal.
Of course. We got kids.
But
when you got kids,
I am like, find a more optimistic, energetic person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in that top sort of realm where I'm like, let's do this. Yeah. So getting the proper help is so important.
Right.
Because we know how to fix it.
Yes.
You know, talk therapy works. And
don't be, and for me personally, don't be scared to tell a family or a friend. Right?
No.
Don't be shy about it, because this is normal. This is something that people just go through, and it can be triggered by anything.
Yes.
You know, people don't understand it, because your job could have laid you off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
You could have had a breakup with somebody, or
stress.
you could have had stress, like the job every day is just making you whatever.
Totally.
But don't think it's like something wrong. No. Think of it as, okay, I need something from here.
Yes. And actually, the biggest message I want to put out there about mental health is that I'm grateful that I had depression. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
It gave me the opportunity to become a better version of myself.
Okay.
Now, I've been extraordinarily privileged to quickly have the access to the talk therapy that was covered, and the medication, and a supportive network.
And you probably found different methods and different things that, you know, introduce you and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's coping mechanisms, right? I know I'm supposed to go for a walk. You know, I'm supposed to be walking. I'm supposed to be meditating. I'm supposed to be, you know, doing things that contribute to my mental health.
So the funny thing is, though, by doing all this stuff, you're actually making yourself healthier.
You are.
Because you're walking.
It's a win-win.
You're making yourself more knowledgeable, because you said you're reading all these books, and that's your thing.
Yeah.
And then you're making yourself, what's the word? More bubbly, more healthy, more loving.
Full of, like, energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because since I met you here, we've been having a great time in the studio. The jingle.
I brought a ukulele. That's not normal. That's risk taking.
But that's you. That's having fun with that.
That is.
And to me, that's probably what makes you so great at your business, because you take that risk, you know what it is, and you can help other people, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you so much for, you know, just talking to the people about it, because I feel anything that we can do for others and give back and help out is a total awesome thing to do. Okay, but we gotta talk before we go. tell them about your business one more time and why it's such an awesome business.
Okay.
All right?
Right.
So it's 416-898-5316, and that's you directly?
That's me directly.
Okay, so that's her directly. Yeah. And then give them your email address.
It's Lindsay, LINDSAY @easeup.ca.
Okay, and then how to get you on the web?
Easeup.ca.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Ease Up?
Because we don't sell organizing. We sell ease.
Ah,
we sell ease of life.
I see that as the next jingle.
Well, clutter and disorganization gets you down. Perhaps it is time to ease up. Yeah.
We gotta go. One more time.
Yeah.
You made this day fantastic for me.
Likewise.
Make sure you're here tomorrow on CMJ Live. We have some more top 40, under 40, and I don't know if they're gonna bring in a ukulele, but hey,
I may have started something.
This is the next movement. I'm telling you right now. All right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
Bye.